Why is that?
Because it's raining.
Because it's been raining for a while. Now, one of the things we do during this holiday is we pray for rain, okay? Well, that's already been answered.
We prayed a little bit too much.
Yes, that's already been answered. So, thank God, Baruch Hashem, it's been raining, and boy, we've been delivered quite the sustenance of rain as of recently. So, we'll keep those prayers going this evening. We're going to start our service with a nice song. It's going to be Hine Matov. John will be leading us in the song. Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad Hine ma tovu manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad Hine ma tov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad Hine ma tov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad Hine ma tovu manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad Hine ma tov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad Hine ma tov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. So we also have something else planned a little bit differently than we do most Shabbatot. Does everyone have their special Siddur service material for today? It's going to be a slightly different service from what we normally do from our Siddur Eitz Chaim. We have some added liturgy for today. We're going to start with Shalom Aleichem, welcoming in the Sabbath with peace on page 2 of our Siddurim, page 2. Shalom Aleichem. Malachei Hasharet, Malachei El Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Malachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boechem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Malachei Malachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Unim L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei El Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Malachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei El Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Malachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We now turn to page 3. We now turn to page 3 of our Siddurim, page 3, where we have a responsive reading, a meditation for the harvest offering. On Sukkot, we celebrate the harvest that took place in the land of Israel many centuries ago, together.
On Sukkot, we celebrate the harvest that takes place in the land of Israel.
On Sukkot, in ancient days, our people gathered in Jerusalem, God's holy city.
On Sukkot, tonight we gather in our home piece of Jerusalem, congregation inspired, not to attend to Jewish center, our holy community.
On Sukkot, our traditions remind us that it is a mitzvah to share our harvest and to feed the hungry, both near and far.
Let our celebration of Sukkot include a harvest offering of food for those who are in need.
We're going to turn now to page 4 of our Siddurim. I'd like to invite up a volunteer to light our Shabbos and Yom Tov candles. Who'd like to be our volunteer? Don't go rush at once. The lights will not, as we heard earlier, there was a bit of a fire hazard that happened here a few years ago. It's not going to be a repeat of that.
We kindle these lights, O God, in celebration of our festival of thanksgiving and joy. We thank you for your many gifts, for Shabbat rest, for nourishment of body and soul, for loving family and holy friends. May we always be among those who add light to the world. Oh boy.
Can we do it?
Sure. It's like jams. You had this problem the other day too, right? Oh.
Yes, the 5 years of rabbinical school paid off for that one.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat v'yom tov.
Amen.
Blessed are you, eternal our God, ruler of the universe, who makes us holy through mitzvot and has commanded us to kindle the lamp of Shabbat and Yom Tov.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Ellie. We welcomed in now Sabbath with peace, as well as our Yom Tov, our date of Yontif. We're going to now rise for the Hatzi Kaddish on page 5 of our Sidurims. Page 5 of our Sidurims is the Hatzi Kaddish. Yitzgada Shemei Rabba Be'amadi Rachirutevim Li'chmarachutei Be'chayekonu Yoimechonu Vayedecho Beit Yisrael V'gala Ubizman Karib Yemeru Amen Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Olam Me'almaya Yisbarach Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitzba'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnasei, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha, prehu, le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'ner, v'mata damiran be'alma, v'yamaru, amen. Turn now to page 6 of our Sidurims. Page 6, we're going to face the ark for the Baruch Hu.
Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie.
We join together for the responsive reading on the bottom of page 6. The responsive reading on the bottom of page 6. Blessed are you, eternal our God, who by his or her or their words creates the night.
You create the twinkling lights of the stars.
You create the moon to shine by night.
You control the sun that warms our days.
With great wisdom do you bring the changing seasons.
Blessed are you, eternal, who creates the night.
We continue on to the following page with the responsive reading as well. O God, who may enter your sukkah, who may stand in your holy space.
Those who are upright, who judge and justify.
Those who give their word.
And come one that cannot go back on it.
Who do not wrong others or bring shame upon them.
Who do not speak ill of others.
You, O God, in love, teach us Torah that enriches our lives.
We will rejoice in your Torah and exalt your prayer.
Blessed are you, eternal, who loves your people, Israel. We turn to page 6 of our Sidurims, remain standing for the Shema.
Not 6.
Sorry, it's 8. 8. So as some context, this is a service, is an interfaith gathering. In Judaism, we have one prayer in particular that stands alone. It is an affirmation of our belief system in one God. This is the, if you will, the national anthem for the Jewish people. It's the Shema prayer. So that's some context to this prayer that we were about to say.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Thank you. You may now be seated. We're going to turn to page 9 of our Siddurim for the Via Haftarah. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha ub'chol nafshecha ub'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzalecha hayom al levavecha v'shnatan levanecha v'divarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha uvletecha v'derech v'shachbecha uv'kumecha Ukshatam ne'od al yadecha, v'hayu l'totafot beinenecha, uktavtam al mizuzot beitecha, u'b'isharecha. Leman tizkeru v'asiten ekol mitzvotai, v'hiten kiddushim le'lechem, ani Adonai Elohechem. Asher hotzeiti etchem me'aretz Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem. Amen. Page 10 of our Siddurim, we're going to join together once again for a responsive reading. Sukkot reminds us of our slavery in Egypt.
Sukkot celebrates our freedom from Egypt and all bondage.
Sukkot is a prayer for the freedom of all people, women, children, and men.
When we went free from Egypt, we sang a song of freedom, so let all be free, sing with joy.
We join together on page 10 from Micha Mocha. Micha Mocha Bali Madonai, Micha Mocha Nedar By Kodesh, Nora Tehilot Osei Fele, Achutacha Ra'u Banecha Bokeyam Lifnei Moshe, Ze Eli Anu V'Amru, Adonai Yimloch Leolam Va'ed. V'ne'emar Kifra Adonai et Yaakov V'glo me'ach hazak mimenu Baruch Ata Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. We're going to now turn to page 12 of our Siddurim. Page 12, we're going to rise for the Amidah prayer. The standing prayer of Tefillah begins on page 12 of our Siddurim. We face the ark at this time. Adonai sefatati taku fiya gitayilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Eloteinu Imoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzhak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor HaManora El Elyon גומר חסנים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות אבות ומביא גאולה לבני בניכם למען שמו ביעפה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם עזרא שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב והושיע Morid Ata, Mashi Baruch, Marita Geshem. Today we changed that. Marita Geshem. Mekakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Rabim. Soimech Noflim Berofei Holim, Umatzir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Mikamocha Bal Givurot. Umidonela, Melech Minit, Umechaye, Umatzmir Yeshua, Vene'emanata Lehayotako, Baruch Atah Adonai Mechaye Hakol, Atah Kadosh Rishim HaKadosh, Vashim L'chol Yom Yahallelu Chasela, Baruch Atah Adonai Melech HaKadosh. Does anyone know why we changed those words for today? Take a guess.
Holiday.
Well, yes, it's the holiday, but that's a good guess. Then you win. Then of course, yes. Yes, it's the holiday, but why? Why? Because of the holiday, do we change it? So this holiday marks the changing of season, and we have half the year is dedicated to kites, summer, and then the other is Horeth for the winter. This is the change of season. Sukkot is demarking on our calendar when that time of year occurs. It's Sukkot that we begin to change from kites. We're no longer in summer to winter. As we can tell, the weather has clearly changed outside, and I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. So, we're going to join together for a responsive reading on page 14. Normally, we would fall silent at this time in our service, but it being an interfaith custom that we're going to be sharing this experience with everyone here today, we're going to have some English readings as well. Page 14, we'll join together for the responsive readings. Sukkot is the Jewish Thanksgiving.
Earth and sky we give thanks.
Sunshine and rain, mist and dew, flower and fruit are good.
For all these we give thanks.
When we hold the lulav and the etrog,
We hold sunshine and rain, mist and dew, flower and fruit in our hands.
the lulav is a tall palm branch that resembles a spine. It reminds us.
Be brave, stand up for what you believe in.
The myrtle looks like an eye and reminds us.
Always see the best in yourself and others.
The willow of the brooks is shaped like a lip. It reminds us.
Say words that are tender and kind, that all will hear you be blessed.
The etrog resembles a heart. It reminds us.
Serve God and love people and animals with a whole heart.
We bring the lulav and the etrog together, reminding us that we are all one with God, and the earth is goodness of all living and growing things. So, we just talked about these items right over here, okay? I'd like to see if all the kids can come up here just to get close up to our lulav and the etrog. This year we have a few kids that are here. Just want you to have the experience of maybe smelling these items. Those of us who were in Hebrew school this past week, we did the blessings. We're going to do the blessings again. Come on up. We'll do it over here. We can do it right over here. So I just want you guys to come here. I'm sorry I made it complicated. Come on, come back around. All right, I want you guys to smell these items and tell me what it reminds you of. Go ahead. David. Anything come to mind? Smell these leaves? Go ahead, smell.
Lemon.
Lemon, so it kind of smells like citrusy, like a lemon. And the leaves, what do they remind you of? Anything? Nothing in particular? All right. Well, these items are reminding us that there is a changing of season going on. These are harvested items that may come from Israel at this time of year specific, and it reminds us of the changing of seasons. So we're going to say the blessing together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu el netilat lulav. And then what we do is we shake it. Shake it 7 times. Okay? And then after you do the blessing, you turn the lulav or the etrog actually down. Anyone would like to volunteer to shake it? Go ahead. I know you can shake it. You did it in Hebrew school this past week. Shake it. Good job. All right. We've got enough kids that everyone can do it this year. Dave, you want to try it? Just shake it. You're inviting in the festive season. Thank you. All right, David, you're up next. Want to give it a shot? Good job. Did you get a 7? No? Okay. All right. I'm calling him by his Hebrew name, so it's Richard, but all right, go ahead. Shake it. Good job. All right. Good job, everyone. All right. We're welcoming in this new festive season with your blessings. Good job, everyone. Thank you. You helped me. Wouldn't be the same without each and every one of you.
That's good.
So we're going to turn to page 15 of our Sidurings for another short responsive reading. The sukkah, which is clearly not in this building, we're going to go outside and see it in a little bit. Normally we would be outside for this service, but the weather has put a little bit of a damper on that. But the sukkah reminds us of farmers who must rest in the shade. Together? The sukkah recalls all the years our people wandered the wilderness.
For our mourning's sake, we give thanks.
The sukkah symbolizes peace.
O God, help us to bring peace and joy to children.
So now we're going to have a moment of silent meditation. If you would like to get one of our sitters, you may daven the full Amidah at this time. We usually give about a few minutes for people to finish and complete the prayers for the Amidah. Good Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So, earlier this week, not too long ago actually, we shared some Torah questions about our reading of this week. And I wanted to know, did anyone read those questions, or is anyone familiar with the Torah portion that we get into in this week, or about the festive holiday?
Rizot HaTorah.
Yes, you've read Rizot HaBracha. You've read the title of the questions that went out. What else? Did you glean anything from the questions, Liz?
Yeah, this was Moses' last speech before he died.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's a very long speech, so if anyone ever thinks I gave a long speech, his is done over days, okay? So prepare yourself. The greatest sermonizer of our people is one who could last for many, many days, so take some talent for him. Go ahead.
I thought it's something about community leaders.
Mm-hmm. The need for community leadership is certainly something that is pressing on his mind as the people of Israel are entering into the land of Israel. After all, he was handing over the people of Israel to their own devices, which can be scary. Anything else? Okay. So this week we turn to V'zot HaBracha and the Festival of Sukkot, connecting with insight and illuminating our past. V'zot HaBracha is the final portion of our Torah, and it encapsulates the partial blessings that he gives and dispenses to the 12 tribes of Israel. This is a poignant moment, and it reverberates with profound love and wisdom as Moses imparts spiritual gifts to each of those 12 tribes, articulating their individual strengths and destinies. Here Moses, the shepherd of our people, ascends to Mount Nebo, and God reveals to him the promised land so he has so longed to enter but will not enter into. Simultaneously, Sukkot, the festival of booths, offers a time of joy and reflection as we erect these temporary shelters, these sukkos, as a reminder of our ancestors and their sojourn into the wilderness. This festival teaches us of the transient nature of life and the eternal presence of the divine protection. The V'zot HaBracha and Sukkot intertwine in their essence, urging ourselves to embrace unity, blessings, and God's encompassing shelter. The tribes, although each bestowed with a unique blessing, are parts of a united whole as described in this week's Torah portion, just as the diverse elements of the sukkah unite to form a singular shelter. We are thus reminded in the value of unity and harmony within diversity, reflecting the incoherent interconnectedness of all God's creation. It seems very prescient to today as we are inviting into our sukkah people from the interfaith community. The transient sukkah contrasts vividly with the permanent and enduring blessings of the V'zot HaBracha in this week's Torah portion. The sukkah is a stark reminder of our existence and vulnerability, yet within the fragile abode, we find divine assurance and protections. The blessings Moses bestows upon the 12 tribes similarly offers a celestial shelter, enveloping us in a divine embrace that transcends the ephemery of life. Sukkot, known as Zaman Simchatenu, the time of our rejoicing in Hebrew, encourages us to cultivate gratitude. It is a divine invitation to acknowledge and celebrate God's bountiful gifts within our temporal world. Similar to the blessings of the V'zot HaBracha, pronounced with an ardor and hope, resonates the profound gratitude of divine providence shaping our destinies. Embracing joy and gratitude allows us to experience the divine in every moment, in every interaction, transforming our perceptions and our very beings of self. Moses' blessings in V'zot HaBracha delineate the unique roles and potentials of each and every one of those 12 tribes. This acknowledgement of the individuality within the collective mirrors our modern pursuits of personal meaning within communal existences. Sukkot symbolizes the communal shelter under which we can discover and nurture our individual gifts and our purposes here. By embracing our uniqueness and continuing to be in a collective, we participate in the divine symphony of creation, enriching the world within our distinct melodies. Within the delicate structure of our own sukkah, we expose ourselves to the elements, learning the lessons of vulnerability and of trust. This exposure opens our hearts to a deeper reliance on the divine protection and guidance. The faith imbued within each blessing of this week's Torah portion of the V'zot HaBracha reinforces in trust, ensuring us and assuring us within our vulnerability lies the strength of divine promise and covenant. The sukkah's transient nature and embrace of our immersive selves is the eternal blessing that we find in this week's Torah portion of the V'zot HaBracha. So let us embark upon the paradox of our fragile yet divinely endowed existence. Let us cultivate unity in diversity, joy in gratitude, individual purpose within collective destiny, and strengthen in our own vulnerabilities. By embodying these lessons, we weave the eternal blessings of V'zot HaBracha into the fabric of our own lives, creating shelter of divine presence and blessings that sustain and uplift us in a world around us. May the protective shelter of Sukkot and the enduring blessings of V'zot HaBracha continue to guide our lives with lives of purpose, gratitude, and divine connection. And may we extend these shelters and blessings to all we encounter here today. Can you hear us, son? May it be God's will. Amen. So we're going to now turn to Oseh Shalom on page 16 of our Siddurim. John's going to lead us in Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom Imamah,
Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. V'imru Amen. I'm going to lead us in David Melech as well.
Ready for that?
David Melech, page 16.
Start it really slow, and then we'll speed up.
David,
Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai V'gayam. David 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 Melech Yisrael. All right, we did it.
There's some calories there. There you go.
You pulled something.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The new chorus.
New course. That may be our new physical activity here at Ace High. Our new gym is going to consist of dancing to David Melech Yisrael, so we can join our club. All right, we're going to rise now for Aleinu on page 17 of our Siddurim. Page 17 of our Siddurim is the Aleinu prayer. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol l'atei titulah l'yotzeh b'reishit shalom atzayim k'yeh araso v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama shalom sam k'alkeinu k'akem v'gor aleinu k'kol hamonam v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malkei hamlakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu She'uno She'shamayim Ve'yosir Haaretz U'moshe V'yekaro V'ashamayim V'ma'al U'shtein Atzuzo V'govei Neroimim Hu Eloheinu Ein Od Emet Malkeinu Epizulato Kakatu V'torato V'yadata Hayom V'hoshevota El Avivecha Ki Adonai Hu Elohim V'shamayim Mima'al V'yal haaretz Mitzachot Ein Od. Page 18, we join together at the bottom of the page in the English. We therefore hope in you, O eternal our God, soon to behold the splendor of your might. Then will false gods vanish from the earth, and the idols will be utterly cut off, to heal the world of the sovereignty of the Almighty. Then will acclaim you as their God, and forsaking evil, turn to you alone. Let all who dwell on earth acknowledge that unto you every knee must bend and every tongue swear loyalty. Before you, O eternal our God, let them humble themselves to your glorious name, let them do honor. That all accept the yoke of your dominion, that you rule over them soon and forever, for the dominion is yours, and your rule in glory, as it is written, the eternal will reign forever and ever. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. You may be seated. We now turn to the Misha Berak prayer. As customarily said, it is Misha Berak to those members of our community or members or friends and family that may be in need of a healing of mind, body, and or of spirit. Today's Misha Berak list includes the following names. If there are any additional names anyone would like to have added to this list after the names have been read aloud, please include those names. Today's Misha Berak list includes the following names. Marsha Kaufman, Sharon Beckus, Penny Schuster, Mark Rumble, Jared Longmore, Paula Schulman, Marcia Cruz, Sarah Sinkoff Correa, Bernie Friedman, Daniel Estrin, Linda Boone, Jerry Boone, Elaine Blitz, Masha Beck Heschel, Sharon Leshner, Ceci Crowland, Isidore Schiffman. Are there any additional names anyone would like to have added to the list for today?
Barbara Pollock and Michael Pollock.
Barbara Pollock and Michael Pollock.
Robert Grusman,
Robert Ruspin,
and Maya Youngyao.
Maya Yanyao. Refuah Shlema. You get to be here for that today, so that's even better. Amy Stein. Jerry Samuel.
Gabriel Levesque.
Gabriel Levesque. Herb and Sonia Richmond. Are there any additional names? Go ahead.
Myra Levis.
Myra Levis. Thank you. Johnson will lead us in the Misha Berak prayer found on page 19 of our set of readings. Berak Avotenu Mekor Habrechah Le'avotenu. Be the source of strength, who bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berak Imotenu Mekor Adreka Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Thank you. Our thoughts now turn to members of our community who have recently passed. Those members of our community who we are still in a period of Shloshima, or members of our community who we are observing a yurtzeit for here today. I'll be reciting names from both recently passed from our community as well as members of our community who we are observing a yurtzeit for here today. If there are any additional names that anyone is observing a yurtzeit for here today or in the period of Shloshim, please share with us the names of your loved one or individuals so that we as one community may pray for the elevation of their neshama to Shamayim above. Recently passed from our community are the following names: Sylvia Tannenbaum, Florence Guttmacher, Philip Moret, Bruce Fleischig, Eleanor Harris, Len Smolin. Our yurtzeit list for today includes the following names: David Harris, Ginny Raychek, Sarah Zaid, Rita Ragosa, Carrie Fisher, Helene Porras, Irving Grant, Rose Finkel, Jack Bodak, Yetta Silver, Anna Cohen, Ruth Fehrenbach, Miriam Feingold, Isidore Lerner, Jean Busner, Harold Razinowitz, Julius Samotin, Michael Cohen, and we have one other request for a name, Stanley Levitt. Are there any additional names anyone is observing a yurtzeit for here today or in the period of Shloshim Av?
Philip Axelrod.
Philip Axelrod,
Gail Marcus.
Gail Marcus,
Florence Bain,
Florence Beam,
Bain,
Bain,
and Deborah Irwin.
Deborah Irwin,
Diane Feinstein.
Diane Feinstein. Are there any additional names? The words to the mourner's Kaddish can be found on page 20 of our Siddurim. If it is your custom, please rise for the mourner's Kaddish that may be found on page 20. Yiskadal v'yiskadash shemei rabah, be'alma dibrach yirusei v'yamnich machutzei, be'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayedecho beis Yisrael, v'higala lizman kariv v'yimru amen. Yahei shmei rabah mevorak, l'olam olamei almaya, Yisparak v'yishtabach v'yispa'ar v'yisraman v'yisnasei, v'yishadar v'yishaleh v'yishalach, shemei v'kudusham v'reihu, la'ela min kol v'yirchasa v'shirasa, Tushkachasa v'nechamasa tamran v'yama v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya v'chalim aleinu v'yokol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom mikrama hui yaseh shalom aleinu v'yokol Yisrael v'imru amen. May God continue to bless us with sacred memories of our loved ones, and let us say, Amen. You may be seated. We have an opportunity for a board member or someone, is it going to be Liz today? Liz to give us our announcements. It's not a board member, but you're our chief announcer. So.
So how would I greet for Shabbat?
For today,
Yeah.
Zamin B'Sason or Zamin Zaman B'Sason, or you can just say Chag Sameach, or you can say Good Yantiv. There's an unlimited amount of options for you. Which do you want to go? The Yiddish one? I thought you would want to go with the Yiddish one. Maybe
Say it again.
Good Yantiv.
Good Yantiv. Okay, good Yantiv. Saturday, September 30th, Torah study and worship. Torah study at 10 o'clock, worship at 10:30. Mat Mediyim is October 2nd, board meeting October 4th, Simcha Shabbat October 6th and 7th, Simcha Torah October 7th, Sisterhood October 10th, Social Action Meeting October 11th, Gesher Kickoff October 26th, Student Shabbat October 28th, Blood Drive November 5th, and the Bar Mitzvah of Justin Spaulding December 9th. Thank you.
Shkoyach. So we're going to now turn to page 21 of our Siddurim. We're going to have a final song, or two songs. We're going to do Bim Bam, and then we're going to do the Door. Bim Bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam.
Everybody now.
Bim bam, bim 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 bam. Bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat 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 shalom. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat 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 shalom. John's going to lead us now in L'Dor V'Dor. This is a song. Who wrote it originally? Was it?
I had the page notes, I don't know.
Oh.
You brought
I was thinking it was a Debbie Friedman song.
No, you
Is
brought
it?
my attention one time, you said it.
Oh, I heard it I saw it on YouTube. So
I've
I
seen
don't
Debbie
know.
Friedman sing it,
This
but is it a Debbie?
Yes,
This
yes.
is a man singing.
And it's
it,
cut
so-
off the name, but
I've seen the man singing it, but I think the original writer
Oh,
was
she-
Debbie Friedman. I'm
really?
not sure.
we'll have to look into that.
We'll look into it.
We'll-
Okay.
We'll come back to everybody. We'll just,
Credit off to whoever is it.
We are gifts, we are blessings, we are history in song. We are hope and we are healing, we are learning to be strong. We are words and we are stories. We are pictures of the past. We are carriers of wisdom, not the first and not the last. Vador, vador, nahi gon lecha. Vador, vador, we protect this chain from generation to generation. Vador, vador, these lips will praise your name. Looking back on the journey that we carried in our heart, from the shadow of the mountain to the waters that would part. We are blessed and we are holy. We are children of your way. And the words that bring us meaning, we will have the strength to sing. Vador, vador, nahi, like everybody. Vador, vador, nahi gon lecha. Vador, vador, we protect this chain from generation to generation. Vador, vador, these lips will praise your name. Vador, vador, nahi gon lecha. Vador, vador, we protect this